The following is a production of Cary TV, the Town of Cary's government access channel.
Hello, I'm Harold Weinbrecht, Mayor of Cary, and this is Cary Matters, the monthly program designed to help keep you informed about issues that your council members are working on for our community. Joining me as co-host this month is Laurie Bush, who is one of our two at-large representatives and has been on council serving since 2011. She represents all 56 square miles of Cary, and Laurie, we appreciate your service and we're glad you're here.
Thanks for asking me.
Are you ready to get started?
I am.
Well, why don't you give us a rundown of what's on this month's episode?
All right, well, for our main topic this episode, we're going to talk about the changes on Walnut Street, some of which are already underway. We're also going to be talking about the Maynard Road water tank. So, Mayor, why don't you start us off by telling us what's going on with Walnut Street?
Sounds good. Well, as you probably know, Walnut Street is one of Cary's major thoroughfares and is a 4-lane road from Tryon Road in southern Cary nearly all the way to its intersection with Kildare Farm Road in the heart of downtown. Walnut Street used to be called Macedonia Road before being given its new name in 1976 when a new bridge was built over the US 164 highway. It's not only a gateway into Cary, but also a gateway into our revitalizing downtown. Maintenance of Walnut Street is the responsibility of the town and DOT. Our maintenance goes from Kildare Farm Road to Carytown Boulevard, and we took over maintenance of that portion from the North Carolina Department of Transportation last year. And each year, consultants evaluate the conditions of Cary's roads and give them a score from 0 to 100, with 100 being the best. Several sections of Cary's portion of Walnut Street rated in the 50s and below. Because of the low ratings and traffic volume, maintenance on the road became a high priority. A geotechnical firm was hired to explore the existing conditions and make recommendations for a repair that would provide a 15 to 20 year service life. As part of their initial findings, they recommended rebuilding the portion of Walnut roughly from Kildare Farm to Cary Town with a 10-inch asphalt depth. With this in mind, the town decided to analyze two options. The first option, rebuild the road with the existing traffic pattern, and the second option, rebuild a landscape median that would consist of full access at various side streets including Tanglewood and Ryan, Ralph, Warren, Byram, and Walker. The second option would also have a dedicated bike lane.
Well, you probably know that I really like the idea of a dedicated bike lane. But what about the cost of these options? How can the public get involved in this important decision?
Good questions. The preliminary estimates show that both options are pretty much the same cost at around $1.8 million, which will be paid for through our annual street repaving program. Of course, public involvement in this project is extremely important. We really want to hear from you and your thoughts about the possibility of changing Walnut Street to a median divided street. So make plans now to drop into our public input sessions, which is on October 15th from 4:30 to 7:30 at the Cary Arts Center. At this public meeting, we plan to show concept plans of the options and answer questions. Depending on the public feedback, the options may be presented to council at the November 21st regularly scheduled town council meeting for our consideration.
Wow, so we can get a landscape median and bike lanes for about the same cost as a paved center lane?
Yep.
That's interesting. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the area you're talking about for a possible median is the same area where we've been building additional sidewalks already, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, I thought so, but just another way that we're trying to be more bike and pedestrian friendly community. With the great weather that we've been having, I see folks out walking and biking all the time. So be careful out there.
And you know, there's the NCDOT's work on their portion of Walnut Street that we haven't even talked about yet.
That's right. With the passage of the 2012 Cary Community Investment Bonds, the Town of Cary is working with the North Carolina Department of Transportation to complete the design for the construction of additional northbound travel lane on Walnut Street across the US 164 overpass. Now, improvements could include better lane alignments, the addition of sidewalks and pedestrian connections, curb and gutter, thermoplastic pavement markings, grading, and signal work. This project also includes designing for improving pedestrian vehicular safety on Walnut Street and Buck Jones Road. The study area includes Walnut Street from US 164 southbound ramp to Piney Plains Road and Buck Jones Road from Walnut Street to the Best Motor Imports business. Sidewalks will be designed to provide for a continuous pedestrian connection along Walnut Street and to existing sidewalks on Buck Jones Road. The project will also look to add a continuous third northbound lane from Meeting Street to Buck Jones Road to help alleviate congestion and improve the alignment.
Cool.
Now, town staff hosted a public workshop late last month to get citizen feedback, which will be shared with the council for our consideration as the project moves forward.
Okay. What about the cost estimates for this project?
You're throwing it back at me like I did to you. Well, right. The estimated total project cost is $7 million, which includes design, right-of-way, and roadway construction. Now, since this was such a large project, it was put to the voters as part of the Cary Community Investment Bonds.
Okay. That's right. And it passed overwhelmingly, I might add. Thanks for all that input. Well, one more thing about Walnut Street. North Carolina Department of Transportation started doing some pavement work late last month in the Cary High School, Cary Town Center area. And at the time of this taping, we're hoping it'll be wrapped up very soon. Just wanted folks to know whose project that was. Well, coming up after the break, we're going to tackle some of the questions we've been hearing from you.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Kids will spend 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
We're back. Thanks for staying with us. It's time now for us to address some of the questions the council's been getting from you. Laurie, what do you have?
Well, there's been lots of questions about the water tank on Maynard Road. People want to know if we're fixing it up, if we're taking it down, if we're building another one, just where exactly we are in the decision-making process. So we should probably spend some time giving the latest information about what's going on with the water tank.
That's probably a really good idea. Well, the water tank on Maynard Road has been a landmark in Cary for decades. It was constructed in 1966 on a half-acre site. Sometime after that, the history is a little murky. Students began painting the class of on the tank. Then, to help keep those students from getting hurt, the town took over the class of painting around 1990. Even with the addition of several high schools in Cary since then, the only tank the town has recognized graduates with is the Maynard Road water tank.
It's kind of cool, though, if you think about it, especially considering that the town doesn't really operate schools inside of Cary. So that's the responsibility, though, of county government, as we both know. Okay, well, back to the real purpose of the tank. It stores 500,000 gallons of drinking water to help maintain pressure in our water system. It's also utilized by 5 wireless carriers for antenna and ground equipment co-location. Each carrier pays the town $30,000 a year to co-locate for a total of $150,000 a year between all 5 carriers. So in addition to being a landmark, it's an important part of our water system, and it makes money for the town. It helps also provide us all with cell phone service.
Sounds like it does a lot of good things.
It does.
Well, water tanks are nice, quiet neighbors, but unfortunately, the actual structure has outlived its safe and useful lifespan, so we've got to do something with it. That's why in July, we, the members of your town council, selected a consultant to evaluate future water storage requirements for this part of town. Our consultants will begin this month gathering data, providing various tank replacement and rehabilitation options, and formulating recommendations for the town to consider. Their recommendations will be based on, among other things, cost, operation and maintenance, and storage requirements. The 4 design options being considered are: 1, rehabilitate and continue to operate the existing tank; 2, rehabilitate the existing tank and construct a new tank on a new site; 3, demolish the tank and construct a new tank on the existing site; and 4, demolish the existing tank and construct a new tank on a new site.
Well, that consultant has a lot of work in front of them. They should be finished with their latest findings and recommendations this fall. Then the town staff plans on holding a public meeting. It'll happen this winter, and it'll be to discuss the project and gather input from you. Council is scheduled to make a selection during the spring of 2014, and whichever option is chosen should be completed by the summer of 2016.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see what the consultants recommend.
It will.
Well, coming up after the break, we'll give you some insights into what's going on at Town Hall in the month of September and how you can be involved and included.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these 2. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
We're back in the final segment of Cary Matters. We want to let you know what's going on in September and how you can be involved. Why don't you start us out?
Well, September has 2 regularly scheduled council meetings, one on Thursday the 12th and one on Thursday the 26th. The council's operations committee meets on Tuesday the 3rd. They're normally on a Thursday, so if you're planning on being there, make sure to come Tuesday the 3rd. And the council's planning and development committee meets on Thursday the 19th.
Okay, and we're going to have a lot of work sessions in September. We have 3 scheduled so far. The first, on September 3rd, is a check on the Imagine Cary process. On the 10th, we're going to talk about next year's budget priorities in a mini retreat. And on the 30th, we have our annual joint meeting of the Town Council and our citizen advisory boards and commissions.
That's one of my favorite. If that's not enough, there are a lot of fun events going on in Cary this month. As part of the Town of Cary's continuing efforts to showcase a revitalized downtown, there will be 5 concerts at the intersections of Chatham and Academy Streets throughout September and October. Now, performers include Barleycorn and Rye, the Jim McCann Jazz Project, Orchestra Gardel, the Claire Lynch Band, and HBO Aspen comedy finalist John Floyd.
Wow.
All of these downtown events begin at 7 p.m. And for more information, go to the town's website at townofcary.org and search for concerts.
I'll do that.
That's fun. You should come.
I know. Booth Amphitheater also has some great entertainment in September. Willie Nelson is coming to town on the 14th and Alabama Shakes on the 20th. And we have the Bluegrass Series and a dinner theater. To find out about all the events at the amphitheater, check out their website at boothamphitheater.com or like them on Facebook.
You can also like us on Facebook too. One more thing, October 8th is election day for the Cary Town Council and school board seats. So don't forget to tune in to Cary TV and watch the Cary Community Candidate Forum, which airs daily September 20th through October 7th. You can also watch the forum on the town's website or via our YouTube channel. Well, that's it for this edition of Cary Matters. We appreciate your watching and hope that what we've shared has been interesting for you. Please let us hear from you. Your time is important, and we want this show to be of value to you as we work to bring you, our citizens, closer to your government.
That's right. And remember, help keep Cary litter-free, clean, green, and beautiful by volunteering with our Spruce program. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for choosing to call Cary your home.
This has been a production of Cary TV. Visit the Town of Cary's website at townofcary.org.